Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Mindful Homestead. My name is Jack. I live on a small farm here in southwestern New Hampshire with my wife and daughter, who are not here right now. I've actually got the day off from work today, and I wanted to take you around and show you what a day off looks like for a small farmer. I've already got my daughter Emma dropped off at daycare. She goes until about noon, so I've got a few hours here in the morning where I can work on stuff without her kind of being around. First things first though, we got to get the animals fed and watered, and then we can go on to our next step, which is going to be worming the pigs today. And don't worry, it's not anything gross, it's just adding some medicine to their water for them. Right now we're in the process of finishing the pigs, which I talk about in this video that I'll link up in the corner. So they're getting about 50 pounds of regular pig grain a day, and then they are also getting about 20 to 25 pounds of sweet feed or another carb heavy feed that we find for them. Every year with the pigs, I'm learning something new. And this year what I learned was to pay more attention when I'm setting up their space, their pasture, as to where water goes. This whole area that they're standing in to eat right now was not this wet when I established it. In fact, it wasn't wet at all, it was very dry. But because the water runs from way high up on their pasture this year down to this end, and it actually sits in a little bit of a natural saddle, the water ended up collecting here before it runs out of their pasture and then down into the drainage off our property. So that natural grade to the pasture, plus combined with the fact that it's a natural spot where they spend a lot of time around their food trough, it really contributed to a super wet area down here. After I feed the pigs, I head over to the turkeys and we feed them. Normally at this point, I'd also stick the hose in the pig water and start filling up their 55-gallon drum. But because we're gonna be worming them today in their water, I need to do some measuring. Oh, you broke one? Sometimes the turkeys will knock over their water or two because they like to climb on top of it to roost. Usually it's just a matter of tipping it right up and filling it, but today they broke one of these cups. So I have to go get another one of those and replace it from inside before we put this thing back into service. Never mind, we actually got lucky. I forgot I had the meat bird water that we used for the Cornish cross chickens over there. So I just I grabbed that instead. Quick fix. The chickens out back have a feeder that we put like 30 pounds of feed in, so they don't need to get fed every day, just checked on. I'm gonna head inside now, and I gotta do the math to figure out how much wormer we're gonna need to give our pigs to keep them parasite free. So I've got all my calculations done, and 9 pigs at about 250 pounds each, at 10 milligrams per kilogram, when you do all the conversion from pounds to kilograms and things like that, comes out to 10,125 milligrams. If I convert that to grams, I get 10.12. So we're gonna go just over 10 grams and call it good. So now, putting this in a bottle of water. So that we can get it good and dissolved. All right, let's go worm some pigs. So full disclosure, this is actually the first time we've ever had to worm on our farm. And even in this case, I'm not so sure I have to worm. We rotate our pastures. We're on a 2-year rest where we raise pigs in a spot, we move the pigs next year to the following place, and then we don't have pigs on that first place for 2 years. But we had a pig this year come to us from a source that we don't normally use. And while it grew out, it didn't grow out as well as all the other pigs. And I didn't see signs of worms in the other pig that came with it. But better be safe than sorry. And before the pig goes off for processing, just take care of any worm issues that are there. You got a kink. All right, we're getting pretty close to the top. I'm gonna dump it in. See that pig over there? That's Dobby. Dobby is the reason why we're worming. You can see that Dobby just looks a little skinny, especially when he gets next to the other pigs. It's kind of a good shot there. He was definitely a little bit smaller than all the other pigs and was sometimes getting pushed off feed. So I kind of thought that maybe that's why he wasn't growing as big as the other pigs. He's been with all the other pigs since we've had them all together, and I don't see the same symptoms, or I guess, I don't want to say symptoms. I don't see the same growth traits in any of our other pigs this year, so I don't suspect it's worms. And he is an extra pig from us. From the start, when I saw that he wasn't growing as fast as the others, I didn't offer Dobby up for sale to anybody. We have 7 pigs that are sold. We have our 1 pig, which is 8, and then we have Dobby, which was the extra pig. The Hog Mahal is doing great over here. They've been sleeping in it. They've been really enjoying it. They've liked having this other space than the space down there by the water. It's given them kind of room to stretch out. Even though they all cram in here now instead of cramming down there, there is a little bit more square footage in here for them, and that's made it nicer. All right, so everybody is fed, everybody is watered. I'm looking at the clock. It is 11:36. We've got to pick Emma up at noon. So that gives me just enough time to head inside, change my shoes so I'm not wearing my muck boots to go pick up Emma, and then we'll go grab her. And then we got to swing to the grocery store real quick and just pick up a few things. Being that we are such a small farm, we don't have the ability to grow everything we need. We haven't bought chicken or pork at the grocery store in almost 3 years now, but vegetables, things like that, when we head into these shoulder seasons, we don't grow enough for us, so we still need to buy some. All right, let's get your stuff. What? Yeah. Yep. All right, that ate up like an hour and a half of our time. Emma and I actually went out to lunch. We were waiting for the groceries to get picked up, and she charmed me. What did you say after I picked you up from school and we were waiting for the groceries? Where did you want to go?
Pizza!
Yeah, you wanted to go get pizza. Come on. Let's go get on the tractor. Next task I've got to do today is we have to go down to the mailbox. Somebody smoked our mailbox last week with a car or a truck, and we had to replace it. So I've got to put numbers on the new one, and I've actually got to finish tightening it down. Didn't have a long enough Torx bit before. So let me grab, Emma, I got to grab the impact gun. That would have stunk if I'd gotten all the way down there and didn't bring the impact gun. Wasn't gonna do much with just the bit. You think you can watch that tractor? Yeah, you can keep it there in one spot? Okay. No car's coming. New numbers are on the mailbox. I don't know how well they're going to stick because the mailbox is textured and those are die cuts. And now I don't know what we're going to do. I was going to go out into the garden and do some straightening up and cleaning up for the end of the season. But it's a little cold out here for her. And I don't know, what do you think? What do you want to do for the rest of the day?
No.
You don't know?
No.
You want to hang out inside?
No.
You want to hang out inside, or do you want to go out in the garden?
I want to go out in the garden.
Out in the garden?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go out in the garden. We're going to see how long we last. So two things we've got going here. We've got a mulch over the top of the garlic, which we planted about a week or two ago. It hasn't really been super cold, so we're fine to still mulch over it now. And then we've got to cut these strawberries down. You usually want to cut your strawberries down to like 4 inches or so. That gives them enough stock to kind of grow off of next spring. But most of your strawberries are going to grow off of new growth anyway. So you're not going to get left with a bunch of old growth that comes back and crowds out your fresh strawberries. Out.
This is so fun.
Why?
Because it's too chilly.
It's getting chilly. I just got word from the foreman that we are calling today's work on account of it's getting too chilly. So not bad, 4 o'clock. We got both the strawberry and the garlic bed mulched. We got the mailbox firmly attached and the numbers put on the mailbox. I wanted to get the green beans pulled off the trellis, which is like right there. They're all pretty much done for the year, but that may be something as the weather gets a little colder and the plants get a little more dried out, we can just rip them off. What you doing?
I'm doing crafts.
You're doing crafts? So while Emma plays over there with her arts and crafts, I am actually sitting over here at the table getting ready to edit for the night. I've got a couple things going on tonight. I've got to edit. I've got to cook dinner for Jackie for when she gets home. And I also need to moderate a live for Morgan over at Goldshaw Farm. He does monthly farm meetings where he talks about what's going on his farm, and I'm one of the moderators for his channel, so I hang out in the group and just kind of make sure people don't get too unruly. And that goes from 8 until about 9. So I will literally sit here, spend any few minutes I have that are not cooking or modding tonight. I'll do that editing. Just trying to get as much done as I can so I'm not up super late at night.
Planning on working with them to try to get through some stuff over the course of the winter, and so I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I will hopefully soon.
Moderating live is pretty straightforward. Basically, you're there just watching, and you're making sure people don't get out of hand in the comment section. It's not really hard work, and I don't mind doing it, but you do have to be here, you do have to be present, so it does take up, a little bit of your time, usually about an hour. All right, this is over. I'm going to go upstairs, and I'm going to start editing because I'm tired. I want to climb into bed, but I still have to edit a video coming out tomorrow. I'm actually up here in bed editing right now, and I'm going to end the video right here. Because if Jackie wakes up, she's going to get real upset with me. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.